In the current global scenario, a series of remarkable events have unfolded, signaling extraordinary occurrences. Amidst the environmental concern of melting ice caps due to global warming, an unprecedented event took place. In the most sacred city of Islam, a snowstorm swept through Mecca. This phenomenon coincided with ancient biblical warnings about a significant city that would fall prey to idolatry, symbolized by a figure akin to a harlot. This forewarning of sacrilege is tied to a mystifying city, shrouded in intrigue and influential mystery. For the first time, Mecca experienced a snowstorm, capturing the awe of countless faithful who saw it as a divine sign. The Bible often interprets snow as a metaphor for the absolution of sins, and thus, this snowfall in Mecca is viewed as a reflection of age-old divine caution against false prophets and doctrinal distortions. Furthermore, this incident brings attention to the black stone within the Kaaba in Mecca. This stone is regarded by many as a miraculous relic, yet some interpretations suggest it is linked to the false prophet prophesied in the Bible. As Jesus unveiled in the book of Revelation, Muhammad is identified by some interpretations of Revelation 13 verse 14 as this false prophet who would craft an illusory icon representing a beast, leading humanity astray. This deception extends to demands for worship of the beast's image, entwining deeply symbolic significance, particularly with references to sword injuries, reinforcing the narrative with the imagery of the sharp sword spoken by Jesus Christ. The sword symbolizes divine judgment and authority, essential in the progression of these events. Delving into the book of Revelation, Jesus unveils more insights in Revelation 17 verse 8, talking about a beast that once was, is no more, and yet will come again. This cryptic cycle of existence puzzles those not inscribed in the book of life. It is suggested that the beast, cast out of heaven, is somehow connected to the black stone in the Kaaba. Misconceptions abound regarding what lies within the Kaaba, with some erroneously believing it houses the Messiah, leading to devout prayers. Jesus' admonition to leave the great city is a dire warning against misdirected worship. Despite Saudi Arabia's openness to Christian foreign workers, the kingdom restricts public expressions of their faith, confining religious observances to private settings. The origins of the Kaaba trace back to Islamic traditions, which credit Ibrahim and his son Ishmael with its construction. After being exiled from Mecca, Muhammad returned to cleanse the Kaaba of idols, establishing it as the central point of worship and pilgrimage for Muslims. It is believed that Ishmael, Abraham's firstborn, was blessed at the Kaaba, initiating the tradition of an annual pilgrimage as a form of sacrifice. In the New Testament, Abraham is celebrated as a model of faith and obedience to God. Within Islam, Ishmael is revered as a prophet and an ancestor of Muhammad through his lineage. This contrasts with the biblical account, which positions Isaac as the divinely chosen son. According to the Bible, Ishmael, Abraham's son with Hagar, is depicted as a warrior rather than the bearer of his father's legacy, with Isaac being recognized as the promised son by God. Hagar is seen as Sarah's servant in the Bible, with Ishmael being born out of a situation not aligned with God's will. The Antichrist, also known as the man of sin, is foretold to perform misleading miracles, with Satan's assistance before Christ's second coming. As noted in 2 Thessalonians 2, his emergence signals the nearing end times. characterized by widespread injustice and corruption. He will initially deceive many by claiming to be Jesus, later proclaiming himself to be God. And his deceit will have a global reach, offering false promises of wealth and solutions to humanity's woes. Nonetheless, his failure to remedy his own physical flaws will reveal his deceit. False gods refer to those who purport to speak for God, but are driven by personal agendas. Jesus cautioned his followers against such deceivers, urging them to discern impostors who lead others away from truth into spiritual falsehood. These false prophets can be recognized by their deeds and teachings, which diverge from God's genuine message. Jesus demonstrated compassion and understanding towards those who were seeking or lost, responding with patience and kindness. Yet, he displayed righteous anger and unwavering resolve against religious hypocrites and false teachers, condemning their actions. God provides signs of the Antichrist to keep believers vigilant and prevent them from being swayed by false teachings and deceptive signs. However, what is even more crucial is the emphasis on focusing on God and allowing His light to guide our path. At present, a certain force is holding back the rise of the Antichrist. But once this barrier is removed, he will briefly gain control over the world until his ultimate defeat by God. Jesus spoke of the significant day of his return, a time when everyone will witness his coming, and judgment will be passed on those who have resisted him. It is essential for the faithful to maintain their belief and readiness for his return, staying vigilant for the signs that God provides. Throughout the history of God's people, He has offered guidance through various means, such as the law, priesthood, and prophets. Yet, there have been instances of false deities misleading the people, offering their services to dishonorable leaders for their own gain, falsely claiming to speak for God, and leading His people astray from His will. The Old Testament frequently warns against these dangers, condemning their deceit and wrongdoings, rather than confronting the people of Israel with the truth about their sins. These false prophets opted to indoctrinate them, masking the reality with comforting and hopeful messages. This tactic appealed to those wanting to feel connected to God without the need to face hardships, as depicted in Ezekiel 13. At times, these prophets misled the nation of Israel, either deliberately or inadvertently, under the mistaken belief that they were conveying messages from God. Such deceit was intolerable to God, who regarded it as falsehood. Additionally, false prophets often threatened genuine messengers of God, endangering their lives. This scenario unfolded because the populace favored the reassuring messages of the false prophets over the genuine words of God's messengers. False gods are not only found externally, but can also arise from our imaginations. Contrary to the notion of God being vengeful and eager to punish, He is portrayed as a being who seeks to extend mercy. While rejecting God comes with consequences, the focus is on His willingness to show love and grace. Hence, when speaking, thinking, or engaging with God, recognizing His loving and compassionate essence is vital. Regarding the return of Jesus and the events of the end times, only God the Father is privy to the precise timing. Jesus, in discussing these matters, mentioned that even the rapture's timing is known solely by God. Therefore, preparing for Christ's second coming involves drawing closer to the Lord through prayer and fellowship with Him. Engaging in prayer is a profound way to cultivate a close relationship with our Creator. keeping us near to the Lord, and ensuring we are not taken by surprise or found unprepared for His return. As we delve into the Scriptures, we find ourselves drawn closer to God, thanks to the profound wisdom they hold, offering us direction on how to lead righteous lives and prepare for His return. Embracing a life of holiness is essential. Without it, we cannot be fully prepared to welcome the Lord. Focusing on God enables us to stay vigilant for His arrival, steering clear of distractions that might be placed in our path by adversaries. It is crucial to love and forgive one another, as love is the bond that unites us and is key to readiness for Christ's return. As we navigate the times leading up to the end, living in a state of constant readiness becomes imperative, mindful that the Lord's return is imminent. If you enjoy our content and want to support us, click on the Super Thanks button below. Your Super Thanks is not just a donation, it is a blessing that supports our mission to share the transformative journey of Jesus. I extend my gratitude for your viewership and look forward to sharing more in future videos. I cherish the support of all who join us on this journey. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, activate notifications, and share this video with others interested in exploring the mysteries of the divine.